Hello, today's video is going to be on Blink Immersion School in Medellin, Colombia. There's not a ton of information in comparison with other schools here due to the fact that they don't do a lot of marketing. They get most of their business through word of mouth. And so I wanted to give my honest opinion about what it was like attending the school. At the time of this video, it costs about $200 to $300 a week approximately for all-inclusive package, which is Spanish classes, accommodation, and meals 2 times a day, Monday through Friday. This price varies based off of the type of accommodation that you pick, whether that's private housing or shared dormitory housing. Due to my long stay here, I definitely opted for a private room. And my first private room, it was spacious, there was a kitchenette, really hot water, and it was great. But being here so far, I've definitely learned that I need to manage my expectations when it comes to housing because I've had so many issues up until this point. There always was some kind of problem in the room, and I heard this from other students as well, that there's some kind of issue. For example, in my first one, there was an opening in the roof that could not be closed to let fresh air in. However, that meant any type of pollutants were coming in, including this, service truck that parked next to my room every morning and filled it up with smog. So that was kind of an issue. I did end up moving to another room. They were able to place me somewhere else. And in that room, it was way better. However, then the water was not always consistently hot. And then the room itself got really super hot in the afternoons. And so there was, like I said, always something. So another one of the big problems that I had there and that other students mentioned were the noise levels. A lot of people there are partying because they're on vacation or they're backpacking, which is good and all, but it was hard when you have class next day and you can't really sleep. So that was an issue. Definitely bring earbuds. They do have a noise curfew, but I found it wasn't always strictly enforced, especially if you were far enough from watchful eyes and ears. I will say though that they were pretty proactive about certain issues such as pest control. Even just the slightest hint of bed bugs, they were fumigating the place. They do regularly fumigate for other pests as well. A few students noted cockroaches, but again, to be fair, in my Manila Airbnb, I saw a cockroach. There was a cockroach in my room. There were thin walls. People were partying all night. That's just that area. People are turning up, and the bugs want to join the party, I guess. The meals are offered at the restaurant that is adjacent to the school, and it offers breakfast and lunches during the school week. The breakfasts were hit or miss depending on if you're vegetarian, you might have a little bit harder for time with getting some variety, but they usually switched up between like eggs, pancakes, and a sandwich that had some meat in it. And then for lunches, it's the standard menu al dia in Colombia, where they offer you a soup, a main dish that's either vegetarian or chicken or beef or something, and then juice. There are often street performers or people selling things, again, because Manila is very touristic and very like that. For the curriculum, I will say 2 things. 1, the majority of the students that attend there are going to be beginner level. And 2, most of them will also be short-term backpackers or travelers. So what does that mean? It means that if you're coming there with serious intentions of studying, like myself, I was ready to go hard with it, and that was my primary objective. I found myself frustrated a lot of the times due to being in an environment that didn't really match up with my objectives. However, if you're there because you're just starting out with Spanish and you're there for like the backpacker experience where you want to like meet a bunch of people and party afterwards, then I think it would be perfect for you. However, also due to the fact that it's kind of catered towards short-term backpackers, there's a lot of information that's crammed all at once. And So it's going to be very easy to be overwhelmed. They do warn you of that in your introductory meeting, like, hey, like, make sure you rest up because this is going to be a lot of information. So in that aspect, you get like your bang for your buck because of that. However, again, as a long-term student trying to study Spanish and really, take it in and progress my level, I found it challenging to do that with the cramming of the curriculum and the fact that you change professors usually every week, typically. And this can be good in the fact that you get different teaching styles and different perspectives and different ways of explaining things. However, there's not a lot of continuity for somebody that's there traveling long term. The school offers activities on the weekends as well, such as hikes or excursions, so that is also attractive for people looking to get the backpacker experience. So in conclusion, I don't regret my time at Blink. I still learned Spanish, I still met cool people. The administration in general was pretty good about responding to any needs or complaints or anything like that. I would just say know what your goals are and see if that matches up with the environment that I described. I didn't go to other private Spanish schools in town to be able to compare, but there were ex-students that had moved on and they talked about other schools that they went to that they liked and they enjoyed it and it was good for them. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you next time.